Hello, dear Cancer. I am Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your January 2022 horoscope. And we're going to get right to it. This is if you have your sun, moon, or rising sign in Cancer. And the theme for the month of January is all about relationships, partnerships, contracts, things that need to be cleaned up, wrapped up from the past so that you can move forward into this exciting future for yourself. And the reason I'm pointing to this is January 2nd, as we kick off the calendar year as well as the month, Mercury enters Aquarius in your 8th house, giving you a little bit more objective views and opinions, some decisions that need to be made around particularly who you're partnering with, your values, the joint resources that you hold. And you may find some unusual ways in which you can communicate these big ideas with maybe a partner or with somebody or something that you are ultimately wanting to bring into your life. And I would also say that this is where you may have to make some logical decisions around your resources, how you use them, what you're investing in. Maybe you're investing in a relationship, maybe you're investing in a particular business adventure, or you're investing just in your own health, whatever it is, think of it as an investment. We often think of investments as money. And yes, this also has a lot of emphasis around finding unusual ways, maybe cryptocurrency, to start playing in and invest in. And yet at 8th house, we're also working with really that coming together of unity that can transform the way in which you live your life and the decisions that you're making. So with Mercury in Aquarius, it could be some pretty big ideas, some objective views, and you can use a lot of logic to make some really solid decisions, which can help give you that emotional security that you very much need and want. Now, it also happens to be a new moon in Capricorn on the same day that Mercury moves into Aquarius, so on the 2nd. And this gives you an opportunity to energize that 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And you're seeking this new order in your life around who you are aligning with. And that some of the inspiration that you're looking for and you can find is through the relationships that mean the most to you. Some new initiatives may be happening, some new healing taking place. Some of you may be starting a new relationship during this time, or you are wrapping one up so that you can start one with Venus moving direct at the end of the month. Now, I offer this. If you are starting a new relationship, especially around this new moon time, please take your time. Because of Venus being retrograde and canoodling with Pluto, it does bring a lot of fated, I air quote, fated meetings, fated relationships, fated past people, coming back to clean things up. You're looking for action as well. You're also looking for results, and you're most likely going to be making some decisions that I would offer take your time with because of Venus being retrograde. It's not a great time to make a major ending or beginning. That isn't to say you can't have a new relationship. Okay, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is if you are meeting somebody, it's a fated meeting, take your time because some things just need to be played out. And you may need to vet the person out, or maybe you're in the process of healing. Maybe you've had to let go of a relationship in order to open your heart to this new one. And it just takes time to get to know the person or to even kind of put those pieces back together for yourself. Mercury will retrograde this month as well. So even though Mercury moves into Aquarius on the 2nd, it's in shadow already because it retrogrades on the 14th. And this will give you further emphasis on that 8th house of making decisions. So if you are talking about relationship, because that's the emphasis this month, you get a chance to revisit how you started the relationship, maybe some discussions you had, maybe there is a decision that you did make to let one go in order to move forward with another. And now you're having to reevaluate it because maybe that person you let go is coming back to say, I made a mistake. I'm regretting this. I'm so sorry. And can we figure this out? And you may find that there's some delays in starting this new relationship because you still have cleanup to do, or because there's some finalization to be done. I will say too, even though they say Mercury retrograde isn't a great time to sign contracts, this is a great time to finalize and sign contracts from the past. So if you are selling a home, it's a good time to sell the house because you've been in the process, or you've renovated, or maybe there was a you were toying around with the idea, do I sign up for this new health program, or hire this therapist, or do I start this new relationship, and am I really ready? So it's a good time to wrap some things up from the past that you've been toying around with for a while. I'm going to point to specifically, there are some of you Cancers out there that are in limbo when it comes to a previous relationship, divorce in particular, and many of you will be signing paperwork during this Mercury retrograde. And you can do it from a more objective view, which is actually good because you're so emotional that those emotions can get very complicated, and it can either make you fly off the handle or stunt the opportunity. And so now's the time to seize the day. You also keep in mind Mercury retrograde in Aquarius does have a chance to re-examine where our lives are taking us, in particular your plans and your perception of reality. So some of your relationship dynamics were not what they appeared to be. So you can use this Mercury retrograde to revisit your perception of reality, who you really are, what do you really want when it comes to a relationship, and how you show up as that partner. And what brings you fulfillment? What brings you joy and happiness? Because we have a full moon in your sign. And that happens to be on the 17th of January. And this is going to activate your first and seventh houses even more, emphasizing that you may be re-examining and reevaluating your relationships or what you're investing in. Maybe there's like I mentioned, some of you Cancers who need to finalize a divorce. This is an opportunity during this full moon to do that, where you finalize things, sign away, because this is an emotional time, a time of romance, fertilization, and relationships are up for you. And you don't want to start this new reality still dragging around the old shit sack, right? Now, remember too, Venus retrograde has been canoodling with Pluto. She hasn't gone too far away from Pluto. She's come back to Pluto. She canoodled with Pluto on December 11th. She's done it again on Christmas night into the 26th of December, and she'll do it one more time here in January. And so when all of this is happening, it is so that you can really find your own power, and you can transform the way you approach relationships, finances, values, and that now you can emerge as of January 18th, when Uranus goes direct in your 11th house, you can emerge into the world, into the social cycle, into the community as somebody who is now ready to live their best life and to be able to show up in a way that has real tangible results. You are going to be working on yourself. You're going to be working on what is it that brings you the greatest comfort, the greatest joy, so that then you can offer it to others in a very deep and healing way. Some of you Cancers may be seen as a teacher or as the comforter, the one who allows others to come to them and say, you're safe with me. So just notice that if you feel like things are a little slow moving the first part of January, it will most likely speed up towards the end of January as Uranus goes direct. New opportunities. If you feel like you've had to hold yourself back on adventures, on being able to manifest the things in your life because Uranus is in Taurus, so it wants tangible form. If you feel like you've been held back in manifesting certain things like money or possessions or income, second half of January should have you with a new job, a new opportunity. If you're not looking for a new job, new clients, and finally some manifestation of the seeds that you've been planting all month long. The sun moves into Aquarius, further emphasizing this eighth house. So I'm going to point back to relationship. If you started a new relationship, finalized a relationship, now you have a chance to do the deeper healing, to really be transformed. You may be really committed to giving your all to yourself, to looking at things from a very different perspective, a different way, because we know the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And here you have the opportunity now to have different results, especially as Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, is direct. The sun moves into Aquarius. All this eighth house, Uranus and Taurus emphasis, giving you even more inspiration, oomph, and individuation on who am I really? And you deserve happiness, Cancer. So who are you aligning with that allows you to have happiness, that allows you to express that happiness and reflects it back to you? Now, the other thing about this month that I love, Mars enters its exalted sign of Capricorn, emphasizing the seventh house even more. This happens January 24th. Mars loves being in Capricorn. It works hard. It will stay up all night long, making sure shit gets done. So if for some reason you feel like you've been stagnated, just wait. The end of January, moving into February, things start to move forward again. This is an excellent time for taking on big tasks and seeing them all the way to the finish. So set your sights big. Even if you're not a New Year's resolution person, make some plans. If nothing else, get into the feeling. You're all about the emotions, right? So get into the emotions, because the emotions help to manifest the heart's desire. And Mars in Capricorn is so powerful that it will make sure that you get what you want. It will do it forcefully. It will do it loudly. And it will make sure that you have the right direction. So use the planet of action like Mars in order to push your agenda forward. Of course, try not to step on anybody as you go along, but don't slow down just because others need to stay in their process. Of course, use compassion and reach the hand up to pull them up when they're ready. But keep in mind, help is not help when it's not asked for. So don't interfere. Keep your head down, eyes forward, as they like to say. And the other thing about this is that you can truly manifest the pragmatic things in your life. So if you want something real, something tangible, something long-term, this is a great opportunity for you to stay focused. It's those of you who have a difficult time, maybe staying focused, use this Mars and Capricorn energy to do that, because Mars and Capricorn is not afraid of hard work, and it will push against any obstacles in order to keep itself like really shaped strongly. This is a strength kind of transit. So if you feel like you've weakened a little bit in your resolve, or you feel like, you run into so many obstacles and you're exhausted, Mars and Capricorn will give you a little bit more oomph and a little bit more strength to go, no matter how tired I am, somewhere inside of me, I can dig really deep and I can find even greater success. Because that's what you're focused on, is success. Now, the success in relationships and partnerships, not just love and romance, but also in business and maybe partnership with spirit, partnership with yourself. January 25th, Mercury retrogrades back into Capricorn. So you're going to have more discussions, more opportunities to take relationship to that next level, maybe have some discussions around who it is that you want to partner with, who you want to be in relationship. This is also a chance to wrap up some things that maybe you let go in the beginning of January because you weren't ready for that. Maybe if you started a new relationship, you're revisiting, okay, we've been dating now for a couple of weeks. Do we still feel like this is a good fit? I will tell you, Cancer, a couple of you are going to have somebody from that past coming back saying, wait a minute, I made a mistake. So you're going to have a choice. I'm very clear here, Cancer. Some of you are going to be at a crossroads in the month of January, 1st of February, where you have to make a choice about relationship. And I say that Venus goes direct January 29th in your 7th house. So further emphasis, partnerships, relationships, and with Venus moving direct, she is going to bring in clarity. She's going to bring in oomph and drive a little bit more. The attraction, the way in which you express love can be uninhibited now. So if you felt like you've held yourself back for good reasons, maybe not, but this is an opportunity for you to now go, okay, wait a minute, I am ready for that more serious, more mature relationship, or I've been given this abundance. Now, one thing I want to point back to, Jupiter is now in Pisces, making a trine to your sun, moon, and rising sign. Happened on December 29th. So you are receiving the blessings of Jupiter. And I feel that if for some reason you felt a little stagnated, or you feel like all those blessings were more internalized and ramping up all that light and love inside of you, Venus going direct here in your 7th house is going to make a sextile with Jupiter. And so Just wait. The blessings, the abundance, you may have been given some money, you may have been given some love and heart-centered connection, you may have been given opportunities to let your light shine, and now you get a chance to see the windfall that I feel is coming for you. And windfall is a good word for the month of January, at least the end of the month of January, moving into February, Cancer. I would say that just about everybody watching this video will be able to comment about one thing in particular that Jupiter is blessing in your life and the windfall that is happening in your life. And I want to hear about it. So please like, subscribe, share, comment, and come find me at jamiedawn.com. Have a great month, Cancer.